Hello television viewers, I'm Nick. Thank you so much for joining me again on my channel. Today we are doing the People's Choice nomination. If you saw a video that I did a week ago, I was looking at the kind of things that I bought at Walgreens, some cool toys and stuff, and I asked you guys to let me know in the comments which toy you'd like to see me kind of work with first. It was a close call actually, but the response was leaning more towards the Disney princesses than the Hanukkah house. And I'm okay with that because this looks really fun too. If you see, it's paint your own statues. We got Ariel and Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. You can see right there, the kit came with 5 primary colors and 2 paintbrushes to use, but those colors are not going to be really useful in painting these statues, so I went ahead and got some other paints as well, just so that I can mix these together and get whatever colors that I really need to do this right and make these girls look awesome. I have like a full satchel here of paintbrushes because I dabble in watercolor from time to time, which is why I also have a big bowl of water and a watercolor water pen. I feel like that will be good for rinsing away any details. I'm also going to a movie in about an hour, so I feel like I can do the larger areas of color, let those dry while I'm at the movies, and then come back in and detail. So let's get started because my ride's coming in like 60 minutes and I'm gonna be covered in paint and looking like a fool. I'm seeing the movie Split. I love horror movies, so I'm so excited to see this. But we're not talking horror movies right now, we're talking Disney princesses. They could not be on further ends of the spectrum, I tell you. I don't know what accent that was. Did you like it? Okay, let's open these guys up. I'm curious to see if they're gonna be like ceramic statues or just like some sort of textured plastic that you can paint on. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a coarse plastic, like a sanded down plastic. No. It's something like a resin, yes. That's exactly what it is. It's like a resin statue. Sort of has some texture to it so that you can presumably paint on it. Aw, I kind of love her. She's so pretty. So that's Ariel, the human version. I feel like it would kind of be more fun to paint the mermaid version, but whatever. This is probably also the same mold they used for Cinderella. They just changed the head. Okay. And then that is Rapunzel from Tangled. Again, I'm just assuming that that's her name. I don't know for sure, but it's, yeah, like she has the long hair. And look how long her hair is. That's obviously Rapunzel. Sisters, sisters, something about sisters. Oh yeah, sisterly love. I'm sorry, I take that back. Okay, so we have our 2 statues. The green in this kit is actually not the worst thing in the world. That could definitely be used for, I think, Ariel's dress. I feel like that would be a good color for her. But everything is just a little too vivid in these primary color sets. You know, I need to at least mix in some whites here. And certainly for anything like skin tone, there would be nothing that I could really use in here unless you wanted them to be white. Plain white, which we already have a diversity problem going on at Disney, so I'm not going to contribute to it. Let's at least try to get some winter Italian flesh tones into these ladies. Ideally, this paint set will have, you know, some better color options. Yes! This color right next to brown, that's a good skin tone. I'm very smart for having picked up these colors as well. Everything comes with a free paintbrush too, so I have lots of cheap plastic paintbrushes. Never gonna run out of those, guys. I can use them to pick my teeth. It only makes sense to be working on both of these girls simultaneously, so I'm gonna do their dresses first and then their stupid rest of their faces and stuff, and like the large surface areas basically, and let those dry for a few hours so that I can come in and paint over that in a second layer, and then maybe a third. Who knows? This could take the rest of my life. Who knows? In referencing the box here for the colors, Rapunzel has like a purple and pink dress, and I was right, yeah, she's like a seafoam green, fitting for Ariel. So I'm just gonna mix white and this green and start with Ariel's base. Alright, first stroke. Paint goes on pretty nice. I knew a mistake like this would happen, where I got some green. That's why I got my watercolor water pens here. I'm hoping that I can just easily clean up any mistakes. Ta-da! Good as new! I'm essentially just dry brushing it onto her. That's the beginning of our Ariel. The paint does seem to be drying very quickly, so I'm gonna set that aside and get going on Rapunzel as well. Your turn, lady. So, We need to do like a dark purple for her. This was my favorite brush when I was watercoloring. I love the clear handle, don't you? I'm just gonna use this color straight out of the pot. I was worried that all the colors were gonna be too light for this project, but now I see that they don't really have a full opacity to them. They're very light, so unless I wanna keep layering these colors after they dry, which I don't think I do, they'll just kind of have like a faded kind of look. Honestly, I feel like if I were a child and I didn't have anything but the little tiny baby brushes they gave me, I would lose interest in this so quick, and this whole thing would come out looking like a mess, because what child has really the patience to craft something? I guess gifted children, but that wasn't me. Careful, because this is not her dress, it's just her hair. Oh, it's so weird painting her boob. Like, why do you have boobs? You're a children's character. She has ample breasts too. Are her, you know, sizable boobs crucial to the telling of the story of Rapunzel? Is that really a character enhancing feature? I guess in today's society, yes. They would sexualize a piece of chicken if it had eyelashes on it. The last thing I'm gonna do before I go to the movie is lay down like their hair color. And then if there's time, if I feel like it, maybe I'll try a second layer of color on the dresses, because I mean, it looks good, it looks fine, but it's like streaky. So if I maybe do another coat, it'll soften some of those lines and make it a little more professional looking. We'll see. Her hair actually is pretty much like primary red, so. All right, in we go. That's pretty. I don't hate it. I'm actually going a little thicker with it now than I did with the green, which I think is gonna give me actually a better result. I'm still having fun, so who cares? And I'm learning as I go. And since I had good luck with doing just a thick wet coat with the red for Ariel's hair, I'm going to just go in with the straight up yellow for Rapunzel. It's bright. I'm obviously painting this in the style of the ancient Greeks. This is what they look like right now, so I'm gonna let them dry for a few hours while I go to the movies. And then we'll see you in a second so we can finish these girls. Alright guys, I'm back from the movies. It was okay. So let's see how these guys have dried. I think the dresses look nice, and we're ready to keep moving along. Oh, also, the box I noticed came with this like paper backdrop, which I was gonna save so that I could showcase them afterwards, but on the back I noticed it has this painting guide, which actually tells you how to mix together every color you'll need to do this damn thing, including the skin color, which is a mixture of red, white, and yellow. That's what we're gonna get started on now, putting the flesh tones in, and that's kind of the main three colors will be the dresses, the hair, and the flesh tone, and then I can start doing the detail. Let's do it. There was a comment from Jess M, who said good luck with the skin color, and Jess, you were so right, the skin color is a nightmare. That color is like barely visible, it's so close to white. I guess we'll try a little bit their way. We'll mix some flesh tone out of the white, red, and yellow paint. We had to mix a white base with a tiny bit of red and a tiny bit of yellow, so that's what we're gonna try. I guess it's like a kind of peachy color, but let's try some more yellow in there. I think that's better, we just need a lot of white. Alright, what do you think? It's better than what I had, so maybe the white base will help make it a little more opaque. A little sloppy, but I really tried. It's coming up on midnight and Daddy's getting sleepy. Hi guys, we are back. It is the next day. I have let these girls dry overnight, so now we're gonna go in and finish detailing them. So basically I take a darker purple and I give the dress on Rapunzel some low lights, and then I paint the base kind of like a gold. And here I am doing the same thing to the dress for Ariel, only I'm using a lighter shade of green to give her like some highlights and to give that underside of her dress where it's supposed to be like a lace, a lighter color as well. Using two colors to kind of shade the areas gives it a little bit more depth and dimension, and just makes it look more interesting than if it was all one color. This is kind of like the best I can do. This is my interpretation of real painting, and we just have to go with it. Now we're doing the faces, so I try to take some white paint, and I'm going in here and making a whites of their eyes, but it's very hard to be precise with this, and I end up getting it all over their faces. I'm not super bummed about it. It's kind of funny.
Give me the soul of your freshly born children.
And then I use just a dotting tool to put their irises on, and I'm not even gonna bother with pupils because how would I ever? Then I take some red paint and I do their lips. Which is how I make Ariel look like an insane clown, like a juggalo. For Rapunzel's hair, I take like an orange shade and I start brushing that onto her hair as well. The goal is to get it to collect in those grooves on her hair to give her some low lights. All in all, I would say now that they're dry, I'm actually really happy with the way these came out. They're kind of fun, and I think the fact that they look weird as kind of makes it more interesting. Maybe it was a little ambitious for me to think that I could just magically be a professional figurine painter, but I had a lot of fun painting these. It's like a good way to practice some techniques, you know, using really translucent colors and layering those to try to get a more interesting kind of finish on these guys. All in all, I would say it was a, you know, worthwhile project. Sisters, sisters. What did you guys think? I hope you had fun watching it. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me try to paint some more things or what other types of crafts you'd like to see me do next. If you're into these crafting videos, give me a thumbs up and I'll know to make more. You can also follow me on social media down here for behind the scenes look at all of my videos. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button, which is my face right over here, or that button down below. Join the crew that helps me put these videos together. I always need your suggestions. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I had so much fun painting with you, and I'll see you next time.
Let it go, let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway. Sisters, sisters.